Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Studio Plug, and in this video I'll be showing you guys how to create your own loop in FL Studio. So before I get started, I just want to let you guys know that I just dropped some new kits at studioplug.net. I got some new preset banks up, some new drum kits up, and some new MIDI kits up, so you guys can go ahead and check them out. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started with this tutorial. Okay, so to make your own loops in FL Studio, what you pretty much need to begin with is your VSTs out and your sound selection. So determining on the type of sound or type of beat you're trying to go for, just take out the proper sound selection for that. That's going to be the first part for this video. I am using a guitar from Contact. I'll have the link down in the description on which patch I'm using, and this is how it sounds. The next sound that I'm going to be using is a pad and a flute. And this flute is from Philharmonic VST. Once you have that out, just create your own piano melody. So the melody that I'm gonna go for is gonna be a F natural minor scale. And you guys can take out whatever scale you guys like, but for this one I am using the F minor natural. So let's start creating a melody. So after you have your melody down, you guys can create another melody on top just to layer it. So I'm using a flute for this one. Now I'm push Alt L just to lengthen them, and then I'm gonna go to the snap tool. I'm gonna go to half step, highlight the notes, and bring it down to that half step. Now I'm going to copy the Contact melody by pushing Ctrl C, and on the pad I'm going to push Ctrl V to paste it. And that's how it sounds layered. And having the pad is optional, or whatever sounds you have is optional, so I'm just going to go and delete the pad. And this is where you create the loop. So I just wanted to show you guys this quick, just in case you guys didn't know how to create the melody before the loop. So after you have all the melody down, all you have to do to create a melody, a loop in FL Studio, is click on the drop down arrow up here, and then you have this render as audio clip. You could also quick render as audio clip, but make sure before you even quick render, go to render as audio clip and you set it to the preferences you want, so you guys can have it at 24-bit, pretty much the most optional bit you guys can go with, versus 16 and 32-bit. And you can go HQ for all plugins, 256 point sync, so it gives you more clarity. And you don't want to split the mixer tracks, and it doesn't even give you the option for that. So you could also save the loop markers and whatever extra stuff I have. If you guys want to copy my layout, go for it. And also set it to cut remainder. If you want to leave the remainder, it's just going to have that extra reverby sound or whatever, and it's not going to be a full loop, but it's all optional to how you want it. And do make sure that it's on stereo, and just start your render. But once you have it like that, you can start going to quick render as audio clip. So if I click on quick render as audio clip, it just renders it pretty fast for me. And now I have my pattern here, or actually it's right here. This is my pattern. It's saved as guitar because the pattern's name up here was guitar. So if I click on it now, and that is your loop now. Another way to save your loop is by going into your whole mixer channel or your mixer rack, and on the main master, just add an Edison, how I have here. And if you guys want the mastering to be involved in Edison, all you have to do is bring it down to the bottom and make sure that these two channels right here, these two VST plugins, which is Maximus and Parametric EQ, just bring them up higher, because once Edison is the last one, that one's getting the full VST sound from master. But if you have Edison on top, the mastering is not going to be involved in your whole entire recording. So I'm going to make sure that on Edison, I'm on play. Click on the recording knob. And once you have that, make sure that your pattern is selected and just push play. So now we push stop and click on the number 2, because once you click on 2, now if you right click anywhere on here and you go to regions, or actually if we go to snap, and we're going to see that we snap to regions, we can snap to grid, snap to zero crossing. If you snap to grid, it's just snapping onto the squares, the little blocks that you see. And if I snap to regions, it's going to snap onto the lines that it detects. And we're just going to cut that off. And make sure that you have synced enabled, because once it's synced, it's recognizing the BPM you're in. So that way when you drag it out, it's going to fit into the BPM that you have selected. So if I have a 140 BPM, it'll still fit into bar. Another thing that you guys can do is on this little icon here, just set loop. And once you do that, now it shows a loop marker selected. So when you're playing it on a channel, it'll keep looping unless you just drag it out as a sample onto your whole playlist. You'll just have the sample out here as is. Also, once you have your loop out, if you want to mess with it, you guys can also right click on it, open a new Fruity Slicer channel. If you have FL Studio 20, click on this slicing tool, go to beat, bring the attack up, and bring the pitch shift down to about 400, and it will give it a different sound to it. And you guys can also add RC20, any of those plugins, but for this video, I'm not trying to make it sound all vintage type of sound. I'm just trying to get straight to the point of how to create your own loop. Alright, so that's pretty much it on how to create your own loops in FL Studio. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a like, comment, subscribe, give me some feedback, and let me know what you guys like to see next. And also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at @studioplug_. Anyway, that is all for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.